I can't even. The lambs never stopped screaming. Honestly.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
How's it going? How you feeling?
I feel pretty good today.
Yeah, with this
Yeah.
crappy weather outside.
Well,
tornadoes.
neurodivergently, it's a shit show. It's an absolute shit show.
Isn't that most days?
Yes.
That's every day.
And I'm so happy you're one of those people who can relate because, like, I've got a hole in my toe, basically, and I've got a thorn in my palm.
A thorn in your palm. Are you Jesus?
Oh.
I probably shouldn't have said that.
It's almost Easter.
Oh.
It did lightning last night.
That's fair. I'm so sorry.
He
that was an
is
accident.
risen.
Stop. No.
Stop. And I'm risen with the tism.
Oh.
Anyways, but neurotypically, it's been a great day.
Already. And what time is it? Let's see. It's 9:48 a.m. and you're already kicking and ready.
Been up since 2, really, is when my day started.
Perks of being so with leading into that, forget the last month or two. We've not seen each other in 15 years.
So long. And when you say 15 years, I had a client in my chair the other day. She was like fresh out of high school, and me and one of the girls was talking about it. She was like, I'm 5 years. It's been 5 years since I graduated, and she's got a, big girl job.
Oh, what's that?
People actually go to college and graduate.
I mean, I know I did it 3 times. Well, no, 2.5. But and I still don't have it together. So
I went for 5 years and don't have a degree, so I can't talk much.
We'll get.
Anyways.
Yes, we'll get into
there
that.
we are. I went to 3 different colleges in between the time. Honestly, how many did you go to?
3.
3?
Yeah, in 3 different states.
It's weird how our
lives
lives align, even though we were so far apart for 15 years.
Like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we graduated in 2009. The last single digit year.
Ew.
But there's really not much to say about that other than I feel really old.
Yeah, my body feels old.
Girl, I can't even get up.
Yeah. Anyway,
sorry.
Life in your 30s.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
It's not depressing, I promise.
Tylenol sponsor us. But yeah, no, for sure. So what? You have a pretty hefty presence online. But for those that don't partake, what you been doing? What you been doing the last 15 years, friend?
It's really been a shit show.
Well, we've established that part. But
it's been a successful one, though.
And
in my eyes, and I'm positive that it's been successful, but it's been a shit show. So after college, I drop out, and I work at a factory for a little bit.
Oh, yeah. All right, Rosie the Riveter. Listen, you do good. You do great in one of those bandanas.
I really loved it. It was like dancing with robots. It was very interesting.
What did you do? What was your job?
I was a solo on like 5 different machines, and I made like piston parts or something. I don't know. Actually, it wasn't pistons. It was shocks for cars.
Oh, yeah. The only thing that I know about shocks.
And it was like high pressured and dangerous.
Yeah.
And like the machines were constantly breaking, so I'm constantly putting my hands in somewhere of this hydraulic press. But anyways, so I did that for a little bit, and then I was like, this is really hard when you have kids.
Yeah.
And I dropped out, and I went to cosmetology. I dropped out of the factory. And that's a story in itself.
Factory school.
Did I ever tell you about that?
No, we'll get there. That'll be a different day.
Okay. But we went on to cosmetology school. I literally dug change out of my couch to pay for it. And I worked while I was going to cosmetology school. I was working at AT&T at the time.
Right. I remember trying to buy a phone off of you.
Yeah. And did that for a minute. That was a transition period between the factory and AT&T is when Mom passed away. Mm-hmm. So that will be 10 years this year. And that was really traumatic. But it took about 3 years away, I would say, before I started moving again.
Right.
And then I moved, motherfucker.
Moving.
So now I have a bustling salon.
Very,
I have 2
very
kids.
bustling.
I am now on my second house that I've purchased with my
Cash money.
new husband, who is not my baby daddy, but he is my soulmate. My baby daddy's pretty great too, but we'll touch on that later. And life is honestly way better than I ever thought it would be, but it's stressful as fuck.
Yeah, I get that.
But yeah, I'm doing rather well for where I started.
Yeah.
15 years ago.
Right?
How about you?
Oh God. Listen, like I feel like I feel like I've lived 5 lives in the last 15 years. Like because like I've done so many different things and none of them make any sense whatsoever. But they've all been adventures.
Any sense in what way?
I guess typical societal standards.
Oh,
way,
yeah.
You know,
That's
the
true.
way that we were told that we had to do. You know, you graduate, go to college, get
Those
a
were
job, and then
all
you retire at
lies.
60.
And now we know it.
Oh yeah, now we might get blown up before then. But no, I graduated, went to school, got a cute little wildlife biology degree.
I love that about you.
Right? And it makes so
It's
much
adorable.
sense. Yeah. Yeah, it's really done a lot for me. But no, so I got that degree, got a great job right out of school, right? I was a fish technician, okay? Got to play in the water and do all sorts of things. And of course, in true Bex fashion, I also just realized we didn't introduce ourselves, but it's fine.
It's fine.
In true Bex fashion, I got hurt and busted my leg off. Just, kicked my own neck off. And so lost that job. Then I got the bright idea.
That is such a Bex thing.
Oh,
to do.
yeah. Well, I am a walking disaster and come by it naturally.
Yeah.
But so then I decided, you know what? I just really hate myself and I'm going to go back to school again because that's what makes the most sense right now. So I went back and I got a marine biology degree, which that degree, listen, that was the most fun I've ever had in my entire life. Like, I was not crazy when, I was at EKU and things. But when I went to Coastal, girl, I regressed badly, okay? I have never drunk that much in my life, and that reason is why I don't drink now. But, but it was fun. I learned to scuba dive. I was diving wrecks and, picking things up off the floor of the ocean and, doing all sorts of cool things. And then I decided, I'm going to go to grad school because I really, really hate myself and my parents and want them to pay $1 million for me to go to school. Okay. So I did that and I moved to Texas, to the armpit of the earth, Corpus Christi. Probably the most oppressive place I've ever lived in my life. It was hot.
Yeah.
I'll never forget one day I went out and the temperature, not the heat index, the actual temperature was 115.
Ugh.
And then the cartel got involved. It was just
I like my shower that temperature, but
not my weather. Yeah, not my air.
That's about it. I want to shower in the hell water. I don't want to live in it.
Right? If I wanted to pull an Emily Dickinson, I would just go get in the oven. I don't want to go outside and do it involuntarily. Yeah. But so I did that. I didn't finish grad school though because I fell in love, and that was a mistake, girl. Let me tell you, that was a waste of 2 years. Not even gonna hide that. But yeah, we're recovering from that bullshit because there's nothing else that describes it other than that. But now I'm home and making new moves now. I played the science game, and I'm not going to be an award-winning research scientist. I've accepted that. I might do some garbage pieces and make people angry on the internet, but that's it.
I think we get a good roll on plankton, and you might win a award.
Listen, if you get started, don't start on plankton because there is nothing I love more than plankton, and not the one off SpongeBob. He's not even a plankton. My professor used to get so angry because he's like, "That's not a plankton, that's a copepod." And he would get so mad. He almost failed us once because we were talking about it. He was so angry. But it was, shout out to Dr. Boniello.
Is there anything that makes you that angry?
People eating. People eating. if you eat in my class and I can hear it, you're failing immediately. Goodbye.
Eye contact for me makes me that angry.
Oh, you like eye contact or you don't like it?
I don't like it.
Oh, so I should stop looking at you right now.
I like it when you look at me. It's
I'm
because
so
you're not looking at me. You're looking like in me when you look at me. It's weird. It's like soul to soul contact.
You know,
in
and
a
there's
way.
probably a lot better ways you could have said that. There is no gaping happening here.
No.
There's no looking inside.
I mean, you're pretty gay.
Oh,
Me,
that
not
is
so
also in the
much.
last 15 years. I have decided that I am a homosexual. I'm gay. I'm a lesbian. I'm so sorry. I know no one saw that coming. Nobody
not
saw
at
that
all.
coming at all. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I used to be scared of it, and now I don't care. So if you want to beat me up, that's fine. I'm a big bitch.
You love it.
I love it.
I know.
Being myself is
You
very
look
authentic.
so much like more you these days,
Right?
because you're in your comfort.
Well, I just don't
and
give
you're
a
out in the
fuck.
open.
Like, and that's
just like as you should.
like the best part about turning 30. Now, my 30s have been really, really hateful to me so far. Okay, it's been really bad up
Yeah.
until probably
the stress catches up to you.
Yeah. But the best part about turning 30 was not caring anymore. I can poop in public now. I have never, when I was younger, like I couldn't do it. Would
Yeah.
not, had to drive 40
It's so
miles out of
loud.
my way
Yeah.
to go to my house, to go to the bathroom. I can shit anywhere now. I'm like, move. You know,
I've
it's
never had an issue with like pooping in public. It's pooping in dirty bathrooms that I have an issue with.
Well, listen, yeah, if I go in there and it looks like you fucking shat all over the place
I've
and
got
then
a list
finger painted
of
in
good
it.
bathrooms to go to.
Oh, me
like
too.
Any
I know all the good
five-star,
rest areas.
Buc-ee's. If you go into like PetSmart has a decent bathroom. Surprising.
You know who doesn't have a good bathroom?
Oh.
Half Price Books in Lexington over in Hamburg.
Oh no. I used to so that's something that I miss there a little bit. I was the assistant manager at Sonic in our town for 7 years, I think.
Oh, did you roller skate?
I was there for I love skating.
Can you still skate?
I've got
Listen,
skates.
if
I
my
skate with
legs
the
weren't
kids.
broken. If my legs were not broken.
Yeah, but I did that, and we had public restrooms there. It was a single restroom, so people would go in there and like blow it up.
I was probably one
Okay.
of those. Actually, no, I've never been inside.
And there's
Sonic.
always this long, white-haired, old country motherfucker that ate a little bit too much grease that could not go very far before he went to the bathroom. And I swear, it's like he pooped as soon as he bent over instead of whenever he sat down. And there would be a poop rainbow from the ceiling all the way down to the commode.
Hold on. Just the fact that you just said commode, I have not heard that in years.
I am my granny's child.
Fair, thank you.
Yeah,
commode, poop rainbow. Oh
but,
God.
yeah, it was so bad, and like shout out to those like fast food employees, man,
Or gas station employees, truck stop employees. Oh,
like,
girl,
they go through so much, and they are like the least paid.
They
like
see
that was the
things.
most traumatic moments of my whole life. I did so much growing as the assistant manager of Sonic. And I really like honed in on my healing skills there, though.
Well,
I
I
took
mean-
advantage of the situation of all the broken people around me, and it's unfortunate that it was that way. But I started this process there.
In the muck and the mire.
In the muck.
Literally.
Amok.
Oh God. I'm going to edit that out. I swear. Oh. What do you follow up with that? I just don't even really know where to go from there.
Yeah.
We started from the bottom, now we hear
I got fired from that place.
the Sonic?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The person who fired me is now in jail for he was doing things with minors.
Oh.
Which is a place that he could totally take advantage of that situation.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And that's unfortunate.
Well, I'm sure he's.
But he fired me because he was doing me swing shifts. I would open and then close and then open, and I had a 9-month-old at home. Yeah.
Good.
That was really hard.
Good.
That was a hard time.
We love that.
And then Mom died. Yeah. So.
You know, it good and bad, man.
Yeah.
Good and bad.
I can look back now and like be like, that helped.
Oh no. Wow. We'll just laugh at the applause there. It's just, oh God, that was something. That helped.
It was a long time getting here, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I didn't need it, but I used it.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't need a crazy ex. And Lord, listen, girl, I use that.
Use the fuck out of it, baby.
Just like she used me.
Exactly.
But
you're so cheesy.
Well, you know, it's my dad jokes.
It is.
Yeah. Like, I'm just waiting for the white New Balance and the jorts to come in the mail. I'm about to use a push mower for the first time in my life. Because, you know, I am a homeowner now. And that's never happened. And, of course, not by any success of my own.
I was about to say congrats, but then I remembered.
No, thanks, Granny. Appreciate
Thanks,
that.
Granny.
But, would rather had you here.
R.I.P.
But, yes, I have a yard to mow now.
Yeah. Thanks, Granny, for the responsibility.
No, honestly, though, like, and the funny thing is like, I hated this house when I was younger. Like, I hated being here, hated everything about it. Like, a lot of bad things happened to me in this house. I just, you know, and I always said, I don't want that house. Because she was adamant, like, all my life, you're going to have this house. You're going to have this house. You know, this is going to be yours, blah, blah, blah. Let me fill it to the brim with every knick-knack. So you have to catalog that later. But, you know, and I was just like, no, I'm going to sell that house. Like, I'm not moving there. And now, like, especially after the last 3 years and all the garbage that has happened, it's home. Yeah. And I don't want to get rid of it. And it's the only home I have that's been consistent.
And it's yours.
Yeah, and it's mine, and I can do what I want with it, and take my old-fashioned wood paneling and, you know, really turn up in here. I'll get some orange shag carpet, too.
I think that it's a great thing that you are here. I'm happy you're home.
Oh, me too. Coming home, like, and just for reference, I've been in South Carolina. Well, South Carolina, Texas, and then South Carolina for the last 6 years. And I always said, you know, there's nothing for me here.
Yeah.
And I was so wrong.
Yeah.
I was very wrong. And I'm a very strong proponent. That's not even the right word. I can't think. I've been out of school too long. I'm a strong supporter
That's
of
what it is. Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. No, like, everyone should leave their hometown. Like, move away at least once. Besides college.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, not for everyone, but it helps. Like, I would not be...
And I say that from, like, an autistic perspective because I've learned a lot of lessons through other people.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that I could do without the trauma.
Well, shit, we all could.
So I'm like, Kentucky is just so beautiful to me.
It is.
It is beautiful here. Do we have some ugly people? Abso-fucking-lutely. But this place, there's just something magical about it in my eyes. And I travel. I've been all the way up and down the East Coast. I haven't been out west yet. But I love to travel and I love to see new things. But I think the rolling hills that you see when you're coming back in from south into Kentucky, that gentle roll, is so beautiful.
See, it took me leaving to appreciate it. Because, like, I did not have a good time. Well, like, I wasn't settled for most of my life. Like,
Yeah.
Dad was in the military. We moved every year to somewhere new. I never made friends. That's part of the reason why I'm so fucking weird now is because all I did was hang out with adults when I was younger,
Well, you were your own friend.
Yeah,
That's how it was for me too.
Yeah, I had to be my own friend. My stuffed
You would have
animals
had to
were my
either way
friends.
because you're autistic as
Well,
fuck.
yeah,
It would
that
have been
too,
hard
until I found
even
my
if you
people.
were in the same spot.
Yeah. But I had to leave in order to appreciate it, and I had to be completely broken somewhere else in order to appreciate what I have here. Because
Yeah.
I left here very angry and very resentful of here and family and everyone around me. Because in my brain, they were preventing me from having the perfect, not even perfect, but what I wanted, even though what I wanted was going to be the death of me.
And it was really just their opinions
Yeah.
and being accepted that really, I feel like, flew us from the coop. Because I flew the coop, I just stayed in town.
Yeah.
You know?
I flew the coop and I fucking bounced.
I left home the day my sister got married.
Mm-hmm.
Because whenever I graduated, I was like, I'm not going to ruin her big day. So I stayed through her big day, but I left immediately. I went home and packed stuff and moved out to my baby daddy's mom's house.
Mm.
I slept in a separate bedroom because they were very Christian, and I got married really young.
Which is funny because, you already reproduced, so
Yeah, we got married before we did, though. I did it right.
You went the right way. Oh, okay.
I thought I did it right.
Correct way.
Well, that's me and my OCD and my control issues, because I looked at everything that I assumed was good.
Yeah. What you've been told had been good.
But I didn't have anybody to show me what was good. So I literally went for the exact opposite of who I was and how I was raised. Like, he was raised up in such a good home.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a great man. It just wasn't me.
Just because you're not compatible doesn't discount
he's
friendship
a
or
great
anything
dad.
that you had,
He really, he would have the kids full time if I'd allow it.
Yeah.
And I'd want them full time too. So
Right.
we really do a great job sharing. And he's fantastic, but it just wasn't it. But I stayed with him for 10 years.
Yeah. You tried to make it work.
Yeah. Tried to be somebody I wasn't
Based on
is what it
societal
was. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so whenever I went through my divorce and my tower moment, really, it was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was really just turning into who I am now and who I've always been. And it's been great.
Right. Well, that's it. Who you've always been. You just never.
Yeah. Yeah. And now it's out in the open and it feels amazing. And I can't wait to entertain people with it.
Oh, I know. It's exciting. I'm very excited.
Okay.
But yeah. So, 15 years.
15 years.
15 years. And now look at us.
Bex and Kru.
Bex and Kru.
Back at it again.
What a ride that's going to be.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Listen, and considering, how our relationship in high school ended.
You still haven't told me how it ended.
Well, because I'm old now. I have a hard time remembering things.
I don't remember at all.
I've been thinking, okay, and we'll end on this story time.
So it was a boy.
No, it was nothing to do with a boy. Actually, it was church camp. It had to do with church camp, right? Hold. So, we'll set the stage. We got into a fight. We were best friends. We met each other, freshman year, high school? Yeah, because of volleyball.
Yeah.
Best friends, everything, all the things, right? Got into a fight when we were freshman year summer, right before sophomore year. We got into a fight, and we never spoke again. Ever. We did not speak.
I don't even remember why.
I will tell you why. Me. It was me. 100% me. I will absolutely take the fall for this one. So I had a very brief stint in my life where I was very religious, okay? And got very, very into, the youth group and just jumping and clapping and singing and stuff. So we went to church camp, okay? And it was in North Carolina. It was one of those Phil was there. Yeah, remind me. We'll get into camp story because we both figured out we were
sure
gay.
It wasn't conversion therapy.
It might have been. It was a good time at the time, though. Like, we had a great
time.
Well, I mean, they didn't know we were gay. We didn't know we were gay.
You didn't know.
We were figuring it out. Yeah. And which is hilarious to look at both of us now. It's like asinine to even think any different.
Right.
But no, so we went to church camp, got filled with the Spirit, and I decided to come home and release that Spirit on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it wasn't in a bad way. I remember we were going to the Chinese buffet, right? Okay. Hong Kong, okay? The Chinese buffet. And I don't remember the conversation. I really don't. I just remember what started it. You said something, and my little self-righteous ass, and that's all that it was, is that, like, I would punch myself. If I could go back and punch 14-year-old Becky in the face, I would pummel that bitch. And then I'd clean her up and teach her better. But I'd beat the shit out of her first. But yeah, my self-righteous ass, I talked down to you and you didn't like it. Rightfully so. Mm-hmm. And we never spoke again. Yeah. I hung up on you, actually.
You were my safe place.
And now, like, and I never knew that.
Yeah.
So then me fucking it up makes it even worse.
No. I don't even remember why. I just remember you.
Yeah.
And what I love about you, though, and that's how strong I feel like that friendship was.
Well, and we have it now.
It never went away, really. We just separated for a minute. You were running from who you were.
Oh, yeah. In so many ways.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, I was too in ways. Mm-hmm. I was trying to be a normie. You know?
What even
and
is
I'm
that?
So not. That's not me. I say fuck. My kid says fuck. You know? Like, he was like, Mom, this fucking sucks. And I'm like, okay, bub.
Yeah, I get it.
It does. I agree with them.
Well, and yeah, you know, and that, like, and I know my parents always feel so bad. Well, my dad feels really bad because he feels like he's ruined me. Like, he has ruined my mouth and, like, how I speak and, like, cuss and things. Oh. And I'm like, Dad. Dad, yeah. You should hear the things that I hear from the men in my field. You were the least of my worries.
Yeah. And I mean, I've been working since I was 14 and I started in fast food where these, people dealing drugs out of, either their delivery car, drive-through window, whatever. Like, I love these people. They were my only people, the only people I could relate to. And, like, from time I was 14, you're around stuff like that and people talking that way whenever you're in that line of service. And it is what it is. Yeah. We are who we are. Yeah. And we're sarcastic.
Oh, God.
So sarcastic.
I used to have a sarcasm jar. I would have to put a quarter in every time I said something sarcastic.
I'd be even more broke than what I am.
Right.
Because I just live life sarcastically. Why not?
Apparently, it's bad for you. Like, and I was told
laughter's great medicine.
No, church told me that sarcasm was bad.
Church told you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Well, heavens. Well, we're doing
There's
it.
so much I could say on that, and I'm just holding it in.
We're just not gonna. Yeah, we're just.
I'm holding it in for now. We'll get past the first episode.
Yeah, no, we're not gonna inundate people with that.
Listen, yet. I'm the most spiritual person that I have ever been.
Me as well.
But, like, ugh.
Organized religion is not the move.
It's not.
No. So we're doing the damn thing. We're doing a podcast.
Yeah.
What are we doing a podcast about? Anything and everything.
Anything and everything. And that's hence the name.
Wenches of the Round Table.
Wenches of the Round Table. I love it.
Did you like that? Yeah, I've been
beautiful.
All right. I'm very excited. I'm excited to see what we can come up with. I like making people laugh.
Yeah. Laughing's the best medicine. It really is.
It is.
I think that's what's gotten me through life, and that's why I say sarcasm's okay. Mm-hmm. I feel like people don't want us to have fun.
No. Well, everything's
They're fun killers, man.
No, and everything's so negative. Like, I just got where I don't even watch the news anymore because I'm just like, every time I get on there, I get mad.
Like, there's a reason why the shortest sentence in the Bible was he wept instead of he giggled.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
I don't think he giggled would be very inappropriate in that situation.
But I did. I've giggled at a funeral.
Listen, I did too, but it was out of grief.
I giggle hard at a funeral. I
stress
can't
laugh.
go to funerals, man.
Listen,
I giggle hard. And it's just like, it's
won't
like
even
the
go to my own.
dopamine rush or something like
Yeah.
that. Like, I don't know what it is. I get maniacal and it's weird, but I love it at the same time because people come to me for that breath of fresh air because I'm just over like, she'd be so upset with her makeup.
God, your hair looks bad. Oh, Lord. You know, my favorite is when it's a closed casket and somebody always has to try to open it.
Oh, God.
Always.
Really?
Always. I mean, I don't know about your experience, but
I don't go up. I don't go up anymore. The last time, and I did it one more time, but before that, I don't go up and look because everybody's doing fucking open casket. Who wants to look at the most artificial? It's like a wax
Literally.
museum.
Yeah, no, like
up there.
You know, my grandmother just passed away a couple
And
months
it's a
ago.
beautiful art. Don't get me wrong. Like,
she didn't even look like herself. Like, that was not my grandma.
Why do you want to look at that?
I didn't. You know,
I wanna see what they looked like before they got ill,
Yeah,
or before they got
and that's
started
what
going down the hill,
sucks.
and that's why you play a fucking slideshow.
Right? Well,
I feel like if my mom's memorial and my stepdad's memorial, if their bodies were actually there, which we didn't have the choice, they'd lay dead for 7 days.
yeah.
They had to be cremated. But if their bodies were actually laying there, like, I would have flipped that fucking casket almost immediately.
And you know what? You know what? I don't understand. This drives me up the wall. And if any of you do it, I hope your camera breaks. When you go up and you take pictures and you're taking selfies, my aunt,
with a dead body,
my aunt does that shit.
Is it?
Yeah, and I'm gonna call you out on it. My
with
aunt does that shit. And it is so disrespectful. I'm sorry. That's very disrespectful.
Yeah. Well, like, I feel like there's been so many times that I've wanted to hang out with my sister, and she's like, I got a funeral to go to of like 2 or 3 cousins down the line that I don't even know the name, stuff like that. And I'm like, they do it for, it's not funsies. They do it for support and community, but still, like, you can sit out and make it personal, you know?
Yeah, like, you don't need to make a scene.
There was so many people at Mom's memorial, and, well, I mean, it was my mom and my stepdad. They filled up the whole church, and we played Ozzy Osbourne.
That's fitting. That's very.
We had to take the lyrics out because it was in church.
Well, I don't.
But I played "Mama, I'm Coming Home"
Mm.
and "Hurt" by Christina Aguilera. That got those big tears going. That's a fun time.
That'll do it. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited. I'm excited for the absolute bullshit that's going to come out of this.
Yeah.
And see where it goes.
It's going to be a fun ride. Strap in, arms inside the car.
At all times.
Put your safety glasses on.
Cell
It's going to be a rough ride.
Rough ride. Absolutely. Well, all right. And on that note, I'll remind Cheyenne to take the things out of her Amazon cart because she asked me to do that. Girl, take that stuff out of that cart. You don't need it. You might be able to afford it. That don't mean you need it.
Just take it out, babe.
Take it out, honey.
Or at least put it in the saved items, or make a whiplet, a wish list. I almost said whiplet.
What's a whiplet?
I don't know.
Is that them new street drugs them kids doing these days? What's a whiplet? Oh, it's a whippet.
A whippet. That's what my brain was like. Whip it, not whiplet.
Wait, isn't that also a dog? Is that a dog?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, well, all right.
Just whiplet.
Whip it. Whip it good.
You must whiplet.
You must whiplet. Fuck off.